It's the Cable League. MTGO Show.
Looks like a mole to me, huh? All these 3-drops. I think this deck really wants a Mana Dork in the opener. Clearing the cardboard live extension. Can you draft Bomberman now? Yeah, of course. It'd be odd for them to add salvagers and then like cut the LED in the Black Lotus. You can, Mr. Hyde. I am not in the mood to search up the link for you, though. Sure. I guess we just jam Thalia next turn. Hell yeah, Bobby Babby. Should be a good time. I guess we play Archon. Sometimes Blue-White plays fucking Archon. They don't mind playing one spell a turn. I guess their 4th lane might come into play tapped. No, the lies. Well, that's not the worst. Perfect fucking time for that, huh? Nice, eh? I'm gonna clear Narset, hit them for 2. Let just pass here. Is this green-white hate bears? Yeah, basically. It's like a value Coco deck. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, B-Dob, thanks for the sub, thanks for 59 months. Did you miss the Demons deck? I believe we started with the Demons deck. You're talking about the mono black build? We never got to that. We did red black, and then we did ninjas, and that's been the whole stream so far. So Collected Company runs into Supreme Verdict, but I do get to resolve it. I guess I'll play it on their end of turn. You know, the last card in their hand is Teferi. Gotcha, Mark Confident. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get to the mono black version tonight. Kind of unfortunate that they found a thing. Well, I guess they still need to hit, huh? We're at 13. So you could Skyclave Exile the Wander, but remember that they still have that 4-mana Supreme Verdict chilling in the side over to the side, so I'm gonna do this. Smack them for 5, put them down to 8. And then I think we're gonna draw a card or 2 here. Ooh. Yeah, this Interrupter is pretty filthy here, huh? Gideon looks good. I'm not sure about Virtue of Loyalty. I imagine Anointed Peacekeeper's not for this matchup. For sure, Captain Mal Reynolds, yeah. Yeah, difficult to record a draft, and then it's like this huge chunk of time, too, that some people are going to love and a lot of people are going to skip past. I think the idea is that they don't want, like, a 4-hour video or what have you. But they want to show as much as they can. Quad Skyclave might be too many. Certainly didn't like drawing multiples there. I'll leave a Virtue in. A sick-ass opener, huh? Oh yeah, Archon's basically dead. Yeah, you should have thought about cutting that one. Yeah, I have to imagine when you're putting this deck together, this is exactly what you're looking for in this matchup anyway. Yeah. Kind of nice that they're trading with my Mana Dorks 1-for-1. Hell yeah. Does this thing have lifelink? Could play 2 3s here. I'm just going to play a Sorcery Speed Virtue. Draw my card, pass, hold up the Haven. How stoked was I that Luris took down the CubeCon trophy? Oh, I didn't watch it in Bluff. I didn't see any of that. I was too busy cubing. I think I was jamming the 93-94 cube around that time. Will you ever get a Caleb DMTG Mega Man stream? Unlikely. I'm the Mega Man? The Mega Man was inside me the whole time? I should be besieging that, pre-blockers. Board's getting pretty chonky. Alright, that's gotta find a sweeper, right? Nope. If it finds a sweeper here, like the Innocence is still on board, right? And then it's like play to Larcon. It's just start growing again. Probably totally fine. Haven't thought of much of the main deck Dromoka's Command yet, but that was certainly not a matchup for it, right? That was easy. That match, yeah. Yeah, the opponent's draws were not good. And that sheep was kind of fucked up. Yeah, a lot of things lined up well for us, yeah. Pioneer is not one of the upcoming RC formats. Pioneer fans were actually complaining about that. I wasn't. I'm not really a Pioneer fan. But I didn't really feel like playing Modern today. And I've been playing a lot of Standard lately. Kind of wanted to jam something on Magic Online. So they're just going to Edict me this turn. Not a fan of the Creator Punt City. I'd rather leave it at that. I was thinking about making a 2-2 this turn, but might be a fine time to double spell. Ooh, hello. I feel like this Thalia was insane. Just the nuttiest Thalia ever. What's my worst card here? Maybe Archon, since they're mono black. They still have some non-basics, but they're not really trying to double spell. I'm not sure if I want Brutal Cathar, Gideon, another copy of Dromoka's Command. They thought to use the Dromoka's Command for my hand because they're doing that enchantment thing. The enchantment draw engine helps them grind. Why Hearse over Vacuum? Because if your opponent's trying to play Treasure Cruise, exiling 2 cards at a time is a lot better than 1. Or, like, sometimes your Phoenix opponent can bin, like, 3 Phoenixes in a turn, right? And you're going to feel silly just exiling 1 of them. Yeah, Dromoka's Command might be a bit narrow. Just maybe Gideon or something. Hell yeah, wait, don't kill me. Oh, we're elfing. We're elfing all over the goddamn place. Yeah, the flip side ward is the same. I think I'm fine just passing, letting it flip. How did Blue Black Ninjas do? I think it went 3 and 2. Definitely felt like there's some things that I wanted to change about that deck. But Really dug the new Ninja Planeswalker, and I liked how a lot of the lines played out. So I didn't find a draw spell, but hard to call that a bad Coco, right? Sure. Ooh, hello. I was just gonna Skyclave the Slasher here, but I think the best bet is just play this Coco. Little too much damage. We'd be going to 6 if we took that hit. What we'd really like is the draw engine off the Coco here. Blade of the Oni. Interesting. That is not a very good Coco. A where you been, innocents? Opponent's ripping off a top, so I think it's a fine turn to lower the shields, as it were. Pardon the yawn. Should we eat this? We take 5, go to 9, and then lose. We go down to 4 life. Never many lives, is it? Now they get a 4/4 token, which is a little unfortunate, but not unbeatable. I think when we sorcery speeding this Haven Interrupter, unless we draw another card that can trigger my innocence here. Oh, cool. Oh, do I just want a Virtue? Get things growing? I don't think so. Oops. Collect my cards, right? Oh, nice. Yeah, this deck's kind of sick. Y'all ready to get foxed up? I almost like exiling the token. And then double blocking again. Oh shit, I don't have a hit. Fair enough. Well, that's not great. Oh, the Elvish Mystic's supposed to block there too. And just trade with it. Take it off the board for a few turns. Oh well. Yeah, I can't cast that Coco right now. because of my own thallium. But I think just playing the interrupter is probably fine. Their Mutavault would activate to become a demon there, of course. I'm going to do this right now. Might impact what I lead back to block. Oh, apparently I should have done it during the draw step. Float mana and cast Coco? No, you can't float mana through steps. Flyers do seem to be OP, I don't know, I can't call it advance. I'm sure someone's tested it. I win the match. Yay. Yeah, the deck reminds me of Band Spirits in a lot of ways. You think the mono black deck is close to tier 1? Oh, well, I mean, mono black would be included, right? Anything above. So if I'm including Selesnya at 7%, I'm saying it's the tier 1 would be Rakdos, Phoenix, mono black, and Selesnya. It'd be those 4. Ooh. Enduring Innocence is important, but so is Thalia. Not actually sure which I'm supposed to play first. Possibly Kellen should have made a map token before I played the Thalia. It's probably better than attacking How much of this deck is on Arena? Pretty much all of it, right? Yeah, I'd say straight up all of it. You can play 8 Dorks on Arena, Nordic Rest. The meta is a little different. Like the land on tapper deck's not there. Lotus Field's missing. And there's a couple of other key cards. Yeah, I was told that this deck doesn't play Rest in Peace because Enduring Innocence is very important in this matchup. I kind of don't know if I buy all that. kind of feels like a Rest in Peace would be pretty good. It's like Rest in Peace versus Hearse. My issue is that I've never actually seen Hearse beat Phoenix, unless I'm the person piloting Phoenix. And I've seen Rest in Peace beat Phoenix a lot. I'm like questioning whether Enduring Innocence is important enough in the matchup to be worth playing the inferior card. Yeah, I was talking about the archetype. Wait, don't kill me. The deck, not the card. Sideboard some Leylines. Leyline of the Void? Well, they can bounce that, right? They'll like Brazen Borrower bounce it, and then you have Leyline stuck in your hand. I don't care, Nordic. I'm... Regardless, it's fucking settled, right? So they are playing that enchantment. I think I'd rather Portable Hole the enchantment. But it can also fog their burn, protect my creatures. Such an expensive way of doing that. They're playing like 1 mana removal spells. And you're trying to like, you can't protect Thalia with this ever, right? Archon seems great. I almost feel like we should be protecting it somehow. I might want to actually all my 2-drops. They do kill your turn 1 play a lot. I'll try this. Pardon my yawns. Yeah, I think they have too many 2-mana cards to really brick Portable Home. The enchantment and the bird looter, the bird lawyer. I went to bed early last night, and I'm like still fucking tired. I guess I woke up kind of early too. Just a national sleepy day. I guess you're just supposed to make Brotherhood's End cost 5. Pretty miserable. Or maybe you're supposed to take the bird out of the hand. Hey, fat boy on Slim. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to the 35 months. You've been trying to make this deck work too. You've named it Bolt the Bird deck. Yeah, I am. Hey. And one Freeman 28 with the sub with the 36 months with the 3 years. What if I should have held Lanor Elves? Just in case we ripped the, that 2-1. The Bend Brotherhood's Hum. They might just, like, not have the red. Or they have another Brotherhoods already. Answering talent feels pretty important. I think I'm going to shave a Dork and bring in a Dromoka's Command back. Am I going to give 5 mana Brotherhood's Ended here? Looks like it. Look at a 2-2. Probably fine. So I think that treasure cruise cost 2 more, I guess. They can get their enchantment back by killing the portable hole, though. Yeah, Braid's the main reason that I think Rest in Peace is better than Hearse. It's like a huge reason, right? Like, you want your graveyard hate card to actually hit. They just always have the Braid. Hey, Caraco Benito, thanks to the sub, thanks to 21 months. Kind of need a Cocoa or something to bring me back in here, huh? Perfect. This deck's really weak to sweepers. This deck? We beat the tar out of Blue Eye Control in the first round. I don't think a sweeper was particularly... I don't think it was much better than like a shock this game. Like our draw was just a couple Land War Elves and a Spellbinder. It's pretty medium. Ideally, you'd have a Coco or the enchantment creature that draws cards when you play creatures. Our deck's just like not functioning over here. That's why I'm saying making the Elvish Mystic, by the way, in case I draw that. The 2-1. Yeah, medium to mediocre is just like no chance of beating Phoenix ever. The deck does the same thing every single time. Whatever creature land would be better than Chef at Dunes. I guess the Dunes is untapped is the main draw. Yeah, we can't turn to Enduring Innocence. Oh, looks like we're locked into Thalium. Hey, the Elite Troll. Thanks to the sub. Thanks for 48 months. Hope you're having a good week. It's cool to say hi. This cares about power, right? So Spellbinder doesn't trigger it. You're not having a good week? I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Hope shit improves. That is a card I'm going to respond to. Archon's kind of funny here. Does Skyclave exile this? It doesn't, right? It's like... Hey, Moose Plural, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 13 months. It does, but it's a bad idea. Why is it a bad idea? It makes an 8-8. Who gives a shit? God, how is everybody in the world such a coward at all times? Oh, man. Oh, I'm locked in one card. Sure, sure. I kind of want a Spellbinder here and just assume that I'll draw into a land. Hopefully that works out for me. Oh, it doesn't fucking draw, right? Well, that was a pretty bad assumption. Should have just played a Mystic. Hell yeah, Tamar Marks. Yeah, just playing the Elvish Mystic, drawing some and interrupting that would have been much better. Let's see. Let's fucking Coco. Well, could Mystic draw 2 and then Coco on their turn. But then I'm not attacking. Let's do this now. Oh, Thalia bricks me out of a... Oh, I wouldn't have an untapped land anyway. Was the Thopter Cube sweet? I was not a fan, Wavelink. A lot of folks seem to enjoy it, though. I would not say that that's an issue with the Devoid Cube, Arhem. My issue with Thopters was that I thought that the gameplay was just not fun at all. Which is not an issue that I thought the Devoid Cube had at all. I think that cube's pretty fun. It was entertaining to watch. Yeah, I heard that. Which is cool. And like a lot of people enjoyed the cube. But my experience was like either like got combo killed on turn 2 or people were like bricking for turns. Have you ever played that that glimpse deck in Legacy with all the kobolds and stuff? And you have all those miserable games where like your deck doesn't work or they force will your glimpse and stuff and your whole deck's a pile of kobolds. It's like a bunch of those mirrors, which is roughly the worst gameplay format I can think of. Too bad we can only choose 2 here, huh? I think I'm gonna put a 1/1 counter on the Spellbinder and make them sack their enchantment. I could clear both bats, but they're still over there drawing cards. They just activate this and make a 6/6, and we're pretty far behind, right? I think the Creatureless Cube is my favorite that I played, followed by the Pro Tour Cube. The archetypes in the Creatureless Cube. There's like Thopter Foundry stuff. There's blue-red copy artifacts and enchantments. There's blue-black discard cards matters. There's Loam, which can either use Seismic or Arias to make 2/2s. There's Mill, blue Mill, where like card draws convert into milling the opponent. And then there's Green Beats, where you're just like casting Call of the Herd and flashing it back and being like, can you fucking beat this? Which is quite good in that cube. I like the Thopter Foundry deck too. I drafted, the first time I drafted the cube, I just drafted Esper Artifacts with like Thopter Foundry and Time Sieve and stuff, and just had some of the most fun. Yeah, it's the same though, Heencock, right? The same as putting a 1/1 counter on the... That's what I was saying. I could have killed both Bloodletters, but I chose not to. Because I wanted to get the enchantment off the board. Oh yeah, letting people, like, have some kind of aggro deck seems good. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Dirk's 80, thanks for 40 months there, the big 4-0. This looks good. Gideon's tempting, but I'm just gonna jam this. All these elves could be black bordered. I wonder if I'm supposed to double elf here. I wonder what their hand is. If they don't have a 3-drop. My experience with that deck is they're like clumped on 3s. Sure. I haven't been very impressed with Bloodletter. They're trying to like 2-shot someone with the 3-mana 2/3, but the 3-mana 2/3 like I feel like it kills people fast enough. I think you should just play the better demon. Nice. Yeah, this card's kind of nuts, Hey, Dragonheart thinks the $10 donation paying the Dutch tax. I also did some losing. Versus the Dutch. Credit where credit's due. DZY was a monster. I think he was the only one on the team that I beat. The other 2 players had engine decks. And I was playing a deck that had, like, no removal in it. So once they got rolling, I was like, alright, you win. Whereas DZY's deck had, like, a bunch of interaction. I could grind through that. Okay. What happened to DZY? Nothing happened to him. He's living in the States now. We played against him at CubeCon. I feel like you're supposed to mold to a mana dork. But this hand does have like 2/3 and then Coco. I'll keep it on the play. West Ab, thanks to the sub, thanks to 24 months, the 2 years. Correct. Rakdos doesn't play the Bloodletter. They play Archfiend of the Dross, which I think is much better, right? It's just clearly a much better card. But there's nothing saying that you can't play that card in mono black. Pinky 007 thinks the sub, thinks the 19 months. Accurate, Dragonheart. CubeCon is indeed a blur of goodness. Am I excited for Worlds? I am not. I'm excited for Vintage Cube to come back. In particular, due to some changes they've made. Should be sweet. Hey, Magic Carp thinks the Sob thinks of 87 months. Died to my own Archfiend. You mean when they threatened it? I think it's the Sub Dragonite. Not the best card to even interrupt her. Maybe it'd be fine. Make them spend 2 mana on it. Yeah, the werewolf, the werefox rather, matches up pretty nice against the big tokens. That card's a bit more of an issue. I think we need to Dromoka's command here to make them sacrifice their draw engine. The issue is, like, what the fuck else am I doing with the Dromoka's command, right? I don't want to play it on my turn, so I can get the Thalia, draw my card. If you pass the turn, they might like put some mana into the door, but then you're only single spelling instead of double spelling. Kind of close to playing this Virtue. The Arcfiend didn't serve. Aren't they worried about dying? I guess they are. Huge fan of the Werefox here. I almost wonder if the Brutal Cathar should come in. Yeah, I've been underboarding for the matchup. I almost like this hand. I'll send it back, though. Putting a land back here would have been totally fine. Go Gadget Thalia. Do I think the Verge could be playable in this start of deck? What do you mean by the Verge? The new green white dual land. Oh, it's rough. Just not very many forests and plains in the deck, right? And this is a deck that like really needs to play a mana dork on 1 and then like have double white on turn 2. Enduring Innocence has been cracked as if it's like the reason to play the deck. Very good. Yeah, made sure to besiege you while I still had the discount from Thalia, right? Wait, why did I get 2 map tokens? 1 plus the number of opponents who control it. Oh, because they had a blood token, I see. And we know their hand is the other towards the tower, and they have this invoke suspended. Well, not suspended, but you know what I mean. Spellbinded. I thought for sure they'd want to kill the Skyclave. Y'all ready to take an ass load of damage? Just fucking cram that damage into all up in the ass. Blood Tithe Harvester, sure. Yeah, it feels like Hoko or Bust, Tom. I think that's the first time we dropped a game to that. I'm not going to be at Eternal Weekend. They need to move Eternal Weekend to Madison. Has Dimir Ninjas been my favorite deck of the night? Yeah, so far. Well, I mean, this deck's sweet too. I think this deck's probably better than Ninjas. I think that the Ninjas deck is like 5 cards off or something. We left them with Fatal Push in hand, right? Let's fucking see if this resolves. I think they're gonna push the Kellen here. And then next turn we can Brutal Cathar something, or Jamoka's Command something, we'll see. That is a bummer. That is a bummer for me specifically. Big ol' Lufta, huh? Block, I block. Oh, they're serving. You could say this is a turn on Fatal Push, but like the Blood Token could already do that, right? I think they just missed first strike. Snapping off that block. Wait, if I flip it and then flip back, I get to steal another thing, right? Should I hold on to this in case I draw like another elf or something? Ace up Johan. Hell yeah, Leaf Heart. It's kind of bad news. Right. I mean, if I need to double spell, they'd have a chance to do that at some point. I guess I should be happy with still answering this, and they get their FOMO back. Actually, they can sack the FOMO instead. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, I think we're just going to lose to fucking Drain now. Because I can't use the Bodyguard to exile the Fear. I have to use it on the flying token here. And once again, Mutavault's the best card in that deck. You see what I mean? Like, I'd rather be playing the version with 4 Mutavaults. I don't think these red cards are that good. Interesting. Yeah, I don't like that blood loot on their part. Oh, they've got the land drop anyway. Yeah, it's pretty good then. And I'm dead. Cool. So the matchup is losable. But it takes an extinction event. Nuking you one-sided. And never drawing your draw engine. And playing poorly. And Our draw was still pretty reasonable, though. Still pretty legit. Even without our draw engine or any Cocos. And you put them.